was doing my analysis on the EURUSD, and I started from the monthly, weekly, and daily, and this was the 4 hour, and I noticed that there was a momentum to the to the downside, but still there was potential for reversal because price had just tested the 100 level, and there's a zone here which seemed to held up very well because the first touch here, second touch here, and a third touch here, and price, you can see the way it rejected this zone. And there was also a trend line which I noticed, the first touch here, a first touch here, a second touch here, and I'm anticipating a third touch here, and I'm waiting to see how price will react to this zone. If it breaks the trend line, comes for a retest, I'm waiting for I will go long and take my profits on this zone with my stop loss just below this trend line. And this zone marks the lower high which was made here, which seemed to be holding up. If it holds up, it indicates that sellers are still present and the price could still go lower. And also notice this divergence on the RSI. You can see it created lower lows here, but on the RSI it created higher highs. And you can also spot it on the 1 hour. So I'm just waiting to see how price will react to these zones and get my bias from that. Price managed to break through this resistance and moved higher to touch the trend line for the third touch, and it moved lower to retest this trend line. And there are two scenarios that might occur. Price might move higher to break this high and create to test this weekly high, or move lower to break the week's low so far and create lower lows and lower highs, and this will be the week's high for the trend is in a down for the market is in a downtrend. It's 4 minutes before the New York opens. The New York stock market opens, and I added a trend line which there's a first touch here, second touch, and a third touch here. And price has bounced off this support, and I'm waiting to see how it reacts. If it breaks through this trend line, I will wait for a retest and go short. But if the other case scenario and it breaks through this trend line and comes for a retest, I will be biased to the long side. There's a head and shoulders forming on the 15-minute chart. You can see the shoulder, the head, and the other shoulder is forming. I'm waiting to see how that plays out too. After price tested the support area, it bounced back to test this high, but I don't see much of an opportunity for the day because it's 3 minutes to 5, and I don't see any momentum to any side. I'll just wait for tomorrow to see how price will act towards these two equal lows, and if it will have tested this trend line for the second touch.